Our first preview fight we're going to see from China, now living in Las Vegas, a 2008 silver medalist, Zhang Zhilei. He takes on Juan Goode, and Juan Goode's actually coming in to the ring. Good 6-2 from Taylor, Michigan. There you see him coming into the ring. He's coming in weighing 244 pounds is Juan Goode, 31 years old, 6'1". That's out of Taylor, Michigan. His opponent, Zhang Zhilei, 32 years old, and 6'6", Steve Kim. 264.5 pounds at the weigh-in.
Yeah, you know, Ben, so Asian heavyweights are about as rare as the Hope Diamond, and he actually has a bit of a amateur background. He's not quite the project of, let's say, Tayshawn Dong, a guy that you guys have called a couple of times. This is a 2012 medalist, actually Olympian, who lost to Anthony Joshua, but in 2008 in Beijing was able to take home a silver medal. So there's something there to work with. But at 32, Doug, they're in an interesting position. He's 5-0 with 3 knockouts. They have time, but they don't have forever.
Yeah, that's true. I think this opponent is a slight step up, which is saying something about his previous 5 opponents, because Juan Goode is a journeyman. Yeah. And he looks like an athletic guy. He weighed in at a solid 244 pounds, but Zhilei is, you know, with his amateur background, most guys would be fighting a better quality of opposition, even in their 6 pro bout, as we take a look at the tail of the tape. Zhilei is 5 inches taller. That's his biggest advantage here. Along with 20 pounds in weight, he has about 4 inches in wingspan, and he likes to use his reach.
And let's go to our ring announcer, Joe Martinez.
Well, fight fans, we are set to go once again. 4 rounds. This bout is scheduled in the heavyweight division and presented by Rock Nation and Miguel Cotto Promotions. Sponsored by Corona Extra, la cerveza más fina. Mexico, live it to believe it. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day. Creed, Tequila Cazadores. Corporate travel made simple, and Cabal 7. We are set to go with our next bout. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing black trunks, he weighed in officially 244 pounds. His professional record stands at 6 victories with 2 defeats, 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Taylor, Michigan, here is Juan Goode. And next, his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the black corner. Wearing tonight red trimmed in black, he weighed in officially 264.5 pounds. In 5 professional bouts, he is perfect in the ring. 5 victories, no defeats, 3 wins by way of knockout. Here's the undefeated slugger from Zhangzhou, China, the Big Bang, Zhang Zhilei. Referee in charge of the action, Jay Nady.
Fighters come center. 4 rounds will be my commands. Good luck. Touch gloves now. Let's go to work. Thanks.
Ready to get going. Judges Lisa Giampa, Eric Cheek, and Ricardo Ocasio. 4 rounds in the heavyweight division, the free per view. Thanks for joining us this afternoon at the Mandalay Bay Event Center. All leading up to the Cotto Canelo main event. Also featuring Takashi Miura, Francisco Vargas, Guillermo Rigondeaux, and Adrian Francisco. And the pay-per-view starts with Jason Velez against Ronnie Rios.
Steve, one thing you're going to see with Zhilei that you don't really see with Tayshawn is that Zhilei is actually, despite his size, pretty light on his feet.
Yeah.
If he wants to stick and move and sort of employ lateral movement, he can do that.
Zhilei 5-0. 5th fight this year. He has 2 first-round knockouts. He's coming off a 6-round stoppage in August. And as Steve mentioned earlier, he was a 2008 silver medalist in Beijing, and he did qualify again for the Olympics in 2012.
And Beto, he lost to Anthony Joshua, who I believe is universally regarded as perhaps the best young heavyweight prospect on the planet currently out of the UK. Very, very high upside with him.
Zhilei living in Las Vegas now. First time he fights in Las Vegas. Most of his fights have been on the East Coast as far as the Barclays Center. It's tagged with the right by Goode. Juan Goode, the 31-year-old veteran from Taylor, Michigan.
See how the big man can maneuver around. Does need to keep those hands up, but he's one of these guys who's very comfortable keeping his lead hand low and his power hand low as well. Being a southpaw, of course, his power hand is his straight left.
Juan Goode has lost both of his fights this year. Last time he was in the ring was October and lost a decision to Joey Abel. Southpaw, heavyweight southpaw is Zhilei. You said you've seen him before, Zhilei?
I remember watching him in the Olympics before he fought Joshua. I think he actually has decent tools. One thing that I've noticed about him that's a big contrast to, let's say, Taishan Dong is just necessarily the fluidity, the ease of movement that he has. And he looks much more natural as a boxer than, let's say, Taishan Dong, who you literally have to start from step 0 or ground 0 and build him on the way up. Zhilei does have a bit of a foundation to work with, but again, as I mentioned, he's 32 years old.
Taishan is 7-foot heavyweight. Tom Green would be right.
But Taishan's didn't have a boxing background. Yeah. He just had some Muay Thai kickboxing fights and maybe a few mixed martial arts bouts. But Zhilei has a boxing background, an extensive one, and it shows in how relaxed he is.
Yeah, I mean, Doug, just look at the way Zhilei is just able to at least move his head.
Right.
Bend at the waist, be fluid in the upper body, and not be so stiff. Now, the things that we're going to have to work on, I think he needs to be a little bit forceful with his right hand on the front side jab, and be able to create distance like that more consistently to set up the left hand.
Yeah, those are nice 1-2 combinations to punctuate the round.
From the corner of Juan Goode, trained by Mohammed Hamoud. Second assistant, Ronnie Austin. Evan, their corner standing up, no need for the stool, huh? Zhilei, trained by Diego Rosario, Danny Milano, and Kurt Lee is the second assistant. The Big Bang is his nickname. He landed some good lefts in that first round.
Yeah, the left cross is Zhilei's money punch.
All right, same movement. Don't get close.
He does need to work on his jab.
Zhilei's in that ring dancing, huh?
Yeah, getting himself in a rhythm. Very relaxed in there.
The little Tribe Called Quest, he's in there dancing.
I like that.
Cool like that? Cool like that. He's actually acting real cool like that. Second round scheduled for 4 in the heavyweights.
Oh, that hurt.
Good. That one tagged good. Yes, it did.
And it was the speed. It wasn't necessarily the weight behind the punch. It was the fact that he actually snapped his jab, and that was a lead left. Very good. He's loose. He's getting in his rhythm, and the speed is catching good by surprise.
Off the rope. Off the rope.
Zhilei, the southpaw from China. Another left.
Good as buzzed. He doesn't know where he is.
He's getting tagged.
His corner is telling him to get off the ropes, and I don't know if he can really hear.
Yeah, he might be trying, but he's not trying that hard. Gets into the center of the ring.
Yeah, he's just pawing with his jab on instinct.
Keep work.
Trying to hold on. It's not good. Get tagged. Buzz early in the round. Some solid lefts from the Chinese heavyweight.
If Goode doesn't feel his legs are under him, he should continue to hold whenever he can.
Strong left.
One thing I noticed about Zhilei, he operates from a distance, Steve. He's not like an inside fighter, and that's where he gets his leverage, his power, is from the outside.
Doug, I'd say from the last 30 seconds of the first round to this beginning of round number 2, he's done a nice job of just being able to control distance and starting to really unfurl those arms, controlling distance. Good at the decision to make. He's got to make a sacrifice to get all the way inside and get inside the chest of Zhilei and be able to at least smother him a little bit. From this range right here, again, he's going to get hit with a lot of left hands.
Yeah, he is the proverbial sitting duck on the outside. I think he does need to get inside. I think he does need to smother the taller, rangier, bigger man.
He's letting the taller, bigger, ranger man, as Doug Fisher calls him, do whatever he wants in this round. Zhilei landing the heavy lefts. Still haven't seen that jab you guys were looking for. A wild swing and a miss. Good. A little desperation here in the second round.
Zhilei is quick enough to where he can just land the lead left. He doesn't always need to set it up with the jab.
Right though, the way he moves around, real agile. He's 6'6", 264 pounds. starting to hear those punches connect.
Yeah, Good can actually take a shot.
Like that?
But he shouldn't take too many of these. Finally, Good ducks under one of those lefts.
2008 Olympian Zhang Zhilei controlling this fight. Another strong left. How many of those could Good beat?
Zhilei is starting to breathe heavy, but he's in a lot better shape than Good. He's still sort of teetering and tottering with his, his legs don't appear to be under him 100%.
Closing seconds of the second round. It's all Zhang Zhilei here at the Mandalay Bay Event Center in Las Vegas. Good comes back to his corner, breathing heavy. Thank you for joining us on the free per-view. We're all leading up to the main event on HBO pay-per-view. You can still buy it. Miguel Cotto, Canelo Alvarez, Takashi Miura, Francisco Vargas is the co-main. That's for the WBC Super Featherweight title. And then we get to see Guillermo Rigondeaux from Cuba against Juan Francisco from the Philippines. That's a 10-round junior featherweight. And it will all start off on the pay-per-view action with undefeated Boricua Jason Perez against Santa Ana, California's Ronnie Rios. Only has one loss in his career in the featherweight division. Let's look at some of the replays of what we've seen of Zhilei.
Zhilei lands a short, accurate lead left without setting it up with the jab. Now this left was set up with the jab. See, nice 1-2 combination straight down the pipe.
You know what, Doug, for a man his size, 6'6", right over 260, he does have what I would call functional speed. He's not slow and ponderous. He has the ability to accelerate a little bit, and most of all, we've talked about this at length, he's very relaxed there, and that's a very difficult thing for most big men to be.
Zhang Zhilei, the southpaw, 32 years old. Juan Goode coming in as the opponent with 2 losses this year. He's 6-2 overall in his career. 31-year-old, though, is taking some heavy shots, specifically that left that Zhilei has loaded up in the second round.
Goode's trying to get low, trying to get under some of Zhilei's shots and then come over the top with sneaky right hands. He's not able to do it so far. Still think he needs to be on the inside. Here's the thing. Zhilei knows what to do on the inside. He can grab him pretty well. And you'll watch, he'll push him away. But Jay Nady had this step between him. Zhilei would have pushed Goode away. He just kind of measures you with his right, touches you with the right, kind of maneuvers you where he wants, and then he fires off a quick straight left.
You know, against a caliber guy like Juan Goode, he's able to get away with the lead left. I think as he starts to get moved up the ladder a little bit, it becomes much more difficult to be able to lead punches with your backhand. This is going to be one of the points of development I think Zhilei is going to have to really look at. Being able to consistently stamp a guy with a good, hard right jab, really use that 6'6" frame to his advantage.
Third round scheduled for heavyweights.
I'd like to see some body work from either of these guys, but particularly the heavyweight project, as well as uppercuts. Like when Goode is inside like that, I mean, he kind of tried to throw a half-hearted right uppercut.
All we've seen from the Chinese heavyweight is that strong left.
Well, Doug, that's one of the issues about being a 2-time Olympian. You become so ingrained to fighting as an amateur, especially with the previous system with the headgear and the computerized scoring style. Many guys, I think, take at least 3-4 years to become accustomed to actually bending at the knees and punching from up and under through the body.
He's not doing that yet, and that's a very good point. And what we're seeing right now, this was his Olympic style.
Yeah.
This was the style that earned him a bronze medal in the 2007 World Amateur Championship.
To me, it's like you look at a lot of these superlative Cuban boxers who have 300 fights, losing less than 10. They're great at doing a certain thing, which is to win points, win fights point by point, but they don't necessarily know how to break a guy down physically from the bottom up. And that's, again, Zhilei's only 5-0, but I think coming into 2016, one of the points of emphasis for Rock Nation, Beto, keeping this guy busy. He's not facing King Kong and Godzilla, but work in volume, as they say, in terms of the matchmaking.
On November 21st, the world will be watching. versus Canelo. Saturday, November 21st, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, live on pay-per-view.
Yo, pay-per-view, Miguel Cotto, Canelo Alvarez tonight, starting at 6 o'clock. Right now we're watching some pre-preview, but Miguel Cotto, 40-4 with 33 KOs, takes on Canelo Alvarez, 45-1-1 with 32 KOs. And there you see the heavyweight Juan Goode. He's in the top one right now against Zhang Zhilei. Is it Zhilei or Zhilei? Zhilei. All right, got to make sure you get that name right. As the Chinese heavyweight is undefeated 5-0. Been active this year. We've had this is 5th fight of the year. That's strong. Go over there! Stay there! Yeah. Heavyweight goes down for the first time in his career. 6, 7. Many shots, Steve, but that's
what we talked about. He can control distance with his jab, and he allows Goode to get inside and able to land that right hand over the top.
Goode is looking for something here, trying to pull the well again.
Stop! Break!
Zhilei's controlled the entire fight until that one punch. And that's what Goode is looking for, just that one heavy puncher's shot.
And Beto, you see what's going on there. Goode is now rushing in there. There's a sense of desperation. He's winging a very wide right hand. He's looping it over the guard, the left hand of Zhilei. Zhilei at this point, if I'm his trainer, I'm just begging for him to just box on the outside and use a long jab.
What you were doing for 3 rounds.
Stop! You're holding and hitting.
Well, at the start of this round, Goode's corner said, back him up, back him up. And I think they have something there.
Yeah, Goode. Trying to let it out right. Desperation. He's lost all 3 rounds. But he looks confident right now.
Don't grab him. Don't. Stop!
Well,
you're holding.
A 10-8 round in a 4-round bout. Did that put you in the fight?
It puts you right back in there, Doug Fisher.
I mean, he has a chance of winning this fight if he can win the next round.
First time he goes down to the Chinese heavyweight. It's tagged again. Juan Goode at 6 rounds, 244 pounds.
Solid. I mean, he's built like an anvil.
He's 6-2. He has 5 KO. It's hit with a left. Body shot from Zhilei.
Yeah, Goode sort of was sleepwalking right into that short 1-2. But not a lot of power on those 1-2 combinations in round 3 as there was in rounds 1 and 2.
So on the left, it's an uppercut. That's what you were looking for, Steve.
I was looking for that.
Wow, swing and a miss from Goode.
It's interesting when Zhilei throws an uppercut, it's from his lead hand. You would think he would get more power with the left. But I guess Goode was there for it.
30 seconds to go in the fight. Zhilei went down earlier in this round.
Go get him, man. Go get him.
Corner for Goode, tell him go get him. Go back to that wall.
Zhilei has handled the knockdown very well. He didn't panic, didn't rush himself, didn't just go into survival mode. You know, I think he's acquitted. I mean, he's lost this round 10-8, but he's acquitted himself well since the knockdown.
And that'll do it. 4 solid rounds. Something you learn on. Look at the knockdown that happened early in that 4th round.
Sweeping right cross, right in the mouth of Zhang Zhilei.
Yeah, I have to say it, the Great Wall of China came crumbling down, but even one of those things they're going to have to work on with Zhilei, I'll say it again, learning how to control distance and making sure that this guy doesn't breach your airspace like that.
Goode fired, literally fired that right cross from his hip.
And looked right at him.
Zhilei acquitted himself well later in the round. There's a nice right uppercut delivered from the 6'6" Chinese national.
One thing he did in spots this fight that I think is pretty impressive for a tall guy that has long arms and shorts his punches. He adjusted distance of his punches on the inside. Not overshooting the shot. There's some offense in that check here. But I wonder if they're going to have enough time to develop this. I mean, if he was 26 or 27, you'd feel a lot better about this, but it's 32. But again, again, I do think
heavyweights actually mature. They do a lot later than other weight classes, though, the lighter weight classes.
But Doug, we've seen this before with other heavyweight projects. The way you do it, match make very, very soft. His last 3 opponents, well, let's go to Joe Martinez.
Rounds we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 have it 38-37. Your winner by unanimous decision and still undefeated, Zhang Big Zhilei.
He went down in the 4th, but he won enough rounds, and he improved the 6-0 Zhang Zhilei.
See, in a four-round bout, a knockdown can almost win you the fight, even if you lose the first 3 rounds, as Goode did. It was a 1-point fight across the board.
What did he do wrong here?
Well, again, there's nothing in front of Goode that's going to make him not come and draw a line in the sand and say, I can't cross this. Zhilei has a pretty good left hand. It's quick. It's got some power behind it. He's going to have to do a better job of developing the stick. Right there again, he lost the ability to control distance, and that's what happened.
He's also going to need to learn to keep those hands up a little bit more. And that left should be closer to his chin than it is.
And Bento, we talked about this being a bit of a step up. Good at 6-2 with 5 knockouts. Coming into this fight, Zhang Zhilei's last 3 opponents, the records were 2-8, 1-3, and 2-6-1.
This was a step up.
Right, and there's a saying in boxing, and you hear it in gyms from trainers all the time. You got to know what you have. In other words, you have to be realistic about the guy that's in your corner, whether you're managing him or training him, and then match make accordingly.